Hello lovely people and welcome back to today's video, which is going to be issues 52 and 53. I'm doing these together because they are one unit, the one model. Right, so we'll have a look at the plastic momentarily. We do only get the sprues in this because this is a vehicle, so it doesn't have a base, you know, much like Rhinos or Land Raiders, etc. So let us take a look at 52 first. So, read about Imperial Knights, learn about the Necron Triarch, add stratagems to your games. So, here we go. What's that? One miniature called the Triarch Stalker. Okay. Here we go. Lethal Battle Walker, piloted by Triarch Praetorians, the eyes and ears of the Silent King. Triarch Stalkers oversee the Necron nobles and their legions using their own firepower to ensure the Necron race always emerges victorious. So we have our six-legged construct here. It has a cannon underneath. I will obviously seek to see if I can magnetize that. It's saying that this particular weapon is heat ray. Some Triarch Stalkers are fitted with heat rays. Oh no, this is particle shredder. Particle shredder are in the picture here. This is a heat ray. So it looks like we've actually got three weapon options, but one of them is a twin weapon option. So I don't know how that's going to play for magnetizing. I will have to look and see what the connection is like. Factions D, Questors Imperialis. So these are your Imperial Knights. I do need to pick up a couple more Imperial Knights. I did have two. Unfortunately, they were destroyed by an unscrupulous landlord that I once had. The man was an absolute bigoted twat. Okay, of the Triarch. So we've got some information about the Stalkers and the Triarch. Here, Triarch Praetorians, Triarch Stalkers. Am I right in thinking that we're going to get some Lich Guard at some point? I know that's just a random thing to come out with, yeah, we are up for some Lich Guard, aren't we? So it looks like we're going to be building sub-assemblies. So the cockpit, the body and the weapon system. So if the weapon system can be separate, and it looks like there's a base, which I'm kind of hoping I can magnetize. Right, so we're building the cockpit first. So cockpit and then the surrounds, which look great. Arms for our pilot, body, head, hips. Now it's saying to glue the legs into the pilot position first and then add the hips. I might glue the hips and legs together so that I know that they are definitely positioned correctly. We're then building the body. These legs are something else. So, yep, and then we're on to the weapons now. Right, so interesting. There's lots of little greeblies that, like for example here, this is the main weapon body and it looks like there is only one weapon body, which is a shame because the tips of the weapons are all interchangeable. Now this interchangeable weapon front would be easy to change. Yeah, so 52 and 53 are the only pieces, by the look of it, for the weapon body. Just trying to see if I can find that on the sprue. Excuse me. Okay. There it is, 52, 53. Yeah, you only get the one, which is an absolute shame. Okay, so there's part of this is going to be easy to do, and part of it isn't. So I could swap out the weapon barrels easily enough for magnets, etc. But then we come into an issue with the twin heavy Gauss cannon, got heat ray, and we got the something beamer, I forget what it was called. Right, bugger. Anyhow, that is it. Now, do you know what? I may see if I can make myself 2 extra bodies, because this goes into the weapon cradle underneath the body. So I can magnetize that, no problem. But if I could make a silicon mold of the main assembly, the main body part of the weapon, and cast that twice to give me 2 more bodies, then I could quite happily make every weapon system and magnetize it so that I could swap it in and out. I will give that a go. I may try and do a separate video for casting the weapon body, but we'll take it from there. Anyway, stratagems. Command points can also be spent during battle to use stratagems. So we've got some Necron stratagems. Okay, command reroll, fire, overwatch, counter-offensive. Tutorial, how to use stratagems. Information on that. And then we have Initiate Mission 13, Destroyer Assault. Frustrated with the progress of Necron invasion, the Overlord has released the Destroyer cults in full force. Under the watchful, malevolent eyes of the Scorpec Lord, the Destroyers and a detachment of Canoptic constructs have infiltrated the Imperium's positions and launched an assault on an Adeptus Roritas stronghold. A Cryptek Plasmancer oversees the conflict, lending its own destruction to the Necron assault. Necron's Plasmancer, channeling destruction. The Plasmancer's ability to turn light and raw energy against his foes makes him a perfect ally for the Destroyer cults. With the Scorpec Lord consumed by lust for destruction, It will fall to the Cryptek to marshal his Canoptic followers and secure territory in the wake of the Destroyer's violent rampage. Imperium. Hold the line. The Necrons continue to launch wave after wave of infantry assaults on the Adeptus Sororitas positions. The Canoness has travelled once more to the front line in order to inspire her sisters to victory. Holding off the Scorpec destroyers, however, will be no simple task and will require sacrifice on behalf of the faith. Stronghold assault. Both armies seek to seize and control this key fortification. To do so, they must capture and hold key locations on the battlefield. Mission rules, blah blah. Right, Necrons in play. Plasmancer, 2 Canoptic Thralls, Canoptic Reanimator, 10 Necron Warriors, Scarab Swarms. Imperium, the Canoness, 7 Battle Sisters, 3 Seraphim, Sister Repentia, 3 Sisters, Repentia Superior, 3 Sisters Repentia, the Arco-Flagellants, 1 Penitent Engine, and we get 3 aggressors with this. We are using the maps, 2 of the light grey battle mats. I can't speak this morning. Deployment is along the long edges. And you're playing with a mission objective of establish control progressive objectives. And then on the back page we have command tokens. I use dice, polyhedral dice, 20-sided jobbies. But yeah, again, like I say, you can photocopy those and cut them out to save destroying the back of the magazine. So issue 53 has our Triarch Stalker paint scheme in, and we're looking at Warzone Vigilus, painting the Triarch Stalker and deploy the Triarch Stalker in a new battle. So Warzone Vigilus to go in your red section. Adeptus Sororitas vehicles to go in the red section as well under Adeptus Sororitas. It's a nice picture of a Exorcist there. Rhino chassis, Immolator, Exorcist, Castigator and Rhino. So they all basically use the same chassis. This comes back to the standard construct template background fluff, which explains why such ubiquitous vehicles are so readily available across the Imperium, etc, etc. Right, Slaughter in the Rift, which is a short story for our red section. This one is Chaos Space Marines and something else, don't know. Guardians of the Necron Gauntlet. The Guardians of the Rift were created during the Ultima founding and made their name during the height of the Indomitus Crusade. They are successors of the Primarch Guilliman and possess the Ultramarines' characteristic discipline and devotion to the Codex. They know the Necron Gauntlet better than any other having sworn to defend this region of space from the predations of the Chaos and Xenos foes alike. Okay, Precepts of Wrath. This is Order of the Bloody Rose. So this is one of our major orders for the Adeptus Sororitas. We then come into our How to Paint for our Stalker. And they're giving you a new technique here. They're talking about glazing. And then final gallery, what we'll bring it up to. Right, Necron rules, Necron Stratagem. So we've got some more stratagems here. Resurrection protocols, self-destruction, techno-oracular targeting and relentless onslaught. Tutorial on how to use stratagems, and we get our data sheet for our Triarch Stalker. So this beastie has a maximum 10-inch move, 3+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, strength 7, toughness 6, has 12 wounds to start, has 3 attacks, it's leadership 10 and a 3-up save. And obviously it has variable profile as it loses wounds. So as it loses wounds, it loses movement, etc. to replicate vehicles taking damage and losing mobility on the real battlefield. We have our heat ray, particle shredder and twin heavy Gauss cannon. Then the 4 limbs as weapons. And then a tutorial. Quantum shielding. Okay, interesting. Right, the Triarch, Initiate 14. The Silent King's eyes are littered throughout the ranks of his underlings. The Triarch act as his enforcers, or Triarch, acts as his enforcers, ensuring that battles are fought according to ancient codes and laws of the Necron tier, and ensuring the victory of the Necron race over their foes. The performance of Necron legions in Electria has come under scrutiny, resulting in the arrival of Triarch Stalker. This ominous observer seeks to ensure the Overlord's forces complete their victory in good time. Necrons, Triarch Stalker. Oversee victory. The Triarch Stalker marches to battle at the head of a newly invigorated Necron force. With the eyes of the Triarch Praetorians firmly upon him, the Overlord has ordered his nobles and cryptex to redouble the efforts. The Adeptus Mechanicus positions must be scoured and secured oh, excuse me, sorry, as swiftly as possible. Defend the depot. The Canoness has arrived amidst the Adeptus Mechanicus facilities and subcloisters to find... Good. Oh, excuse me. I do apologise for that. Right, hopefully all sorted. Okay, defend the facility. Defend the depot. The Canoness has arrived amidst the Adeptus Mechanicus facilities and subcloisters to find the entire district assailed by an overwhelming Necron force. If her forces are to have any chance of turning back the Triarch Stalker and its accompanying Necrons, they will need the firepower of the Martian host. Right, so, well, we're using some fair old forces here. Mission briefing. The Overlord must earn a victory in order to appease the Silent King and his Triarch forces. The Adeptus Mechanicus weapons storage facility must be destroyed. Forces in play: Overlord, Technomancer, Plasmancer, 10 Necron Warriors, 5 Necron Immortals, 2 Cryptophorals, and the Triarch Stalker. The Imperium has our Canoness, 7 Battle Sisters, 1 Repentant Superior, 3 Sisters Repentia, 2 Archoflagellants, 1 Penitent Engine, 1 Tech Priest Dominus, 1 Tech Priest Engineer, 10 Skitari Rangers, and 3 Cataphrone Destroyers. We're using 2 of the grey battle mats again. And it looks like we have... Sorry, I've been a bit snotty now. And we have objective markers to set up. And we set up the terrain as we see fit. So that's that. We have information, a trifold as well. So this is about the Eldari. So Fracture of Biltan. The Seers of the Eldari have long sought a method by which to save their race from the clutches of Slaanesh. So... yeah, so we have this trifold info. So we've got some information on what look like Drukhari here. And we've got the Harlequins. And then some information about their craft worlds. The Triumvirate of Ennead. Fracture of Biltan. And Leaders of the Eldari. So Prince Ariel, Ulthran, and It's Jane Czar. And then some information about Harlequins. Right, so there you go. Right, let's bring you down. Let's have a look at some plastic. So, okay, so this is a sculpt of 2011. But yeah, I mean, it's still a nice sculpt. It's fairly packed, fairly well packed on the frame, which is quite nice to see. So this is the main body of the weapon. This is what I may try and cast in resin, which could be interesting. These are the muzzles for the weapons there, and these are our Gauss blasters. There's 2 parts there, 2 parts there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've got resin. I need some more silicone, so I'm gonna have to buy in some more silicone. But I might do a separate video for that. So here we go. So that's that, and we've got our front legs here. This is the body, which these cups here are what the legs, top of the leg joints go into. So these here are what the leg joints go into, and then we've got our other rear limbs, and our bits for our Necron. So we've got his legs there, his arms, the pelvis, base of the spine, his head. We've got spine, we've got one of his forearms and a hand attached to a command node. We've got the command panels here. So we've got part of the cockpit panel there. So yeah, it's a nice kit. It's a nice looking kit. This was one of the things that I was looking forward to building, so all being well, there won't be any issues putting it together. I am definitely I'm gonna magnetize this, because looking at this, I can pop a magnet in there, and then I can pop a magnet into this, which I think is so this is the weapon platform, so I can pop a magnet in there, and then everything will be all tickety-boo schmoo. There you go, that is issues 52, 53, our Triarch Stalker. It's the biggest miniature yet that we've received, I think, in this magazine. And hopefully you'll join me in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.